Hello everybody, welcome back. Graham here. Thank you for joining me on the channel. It's lovely to have you with us. So, today I want to talk about caring for the family because there's a few things that have been going on that has added to the stress, I guess, of, family life. Now, it's not in a bad way. It's just little things. With our youngest, he struggles with confidence a little bit, and I guess we've had to compensate in some ways to try and get him through these things. It crops up every now and again, and it's just, he's 9, he has pressures of life, as we all do, and I guess he's seen Dad go through things that has been hard for him as well. But also, my wife, she's had, health issues, not in a bad way, but it's just, her age and going through certain changes as well. So, and we've all had to pull together and make sure that we're all supporting each other. My eldest, he's at university, he's in his 3rd year now, and he's got his own little set of pressures. He's doing a master's degree in physics, so he's doing 4 years, and he's got that extra year to do, and a lot of his close friends are now finishing. That will be it for their 3rd year. He's going through his exams. It's that stage of the year, so everybody in the family has got little pressures going on. And when you think everything is calm, and we're just enjoying, time together, everybody has their own little issues. And once we get to know what the issues are, we can all help each other. And that's what we do on a regular basis. I don't want to go too deep into my wife's, they're not problems and they're not big issues, but they are probably areas of her life or past that has, more so with her mother, that has now come to the fore and she's had to deal with. And it's hard for me because we've been married 22 years and I've seen the influence her mother has had over her for many, many years. And she's always coped, and because I was working away, I didn't really see too much about it, or say too much about it, but it used to really rear its head, the relationship between her and her mother. It used to come to a point where her mother would come across for 2 weeks, a month, and stay with us. And that's when I would get to see how the relationship really was. And it was very much a one-way relationship. Her mother is a very dominant and controlling personality, where my wife is a very caring and loving person and will always give the benefit of the doubt to somebody who's done wrong on her. And I guess that's why, I work so well with my wife. We're different personalities, but we 100% support each other. But the relationship with her and her mother has been ongoing for years and years and years. And it will always be about a controlling aspect. Her mother would always feel the need to control my wife's existence, even. Everything, it would be controlled, or there would be an input into everything that my wife did, whether it's her career, her health, the way she looks, the way she dresses, the way she, everything about what my wife did or does there would be an input from her mother. And because my wife is such a loving, caring person, she would, in a very kind, methodical way, try and explain to her mother that, you don't need to dress me, you don't need to do this, you don't need to constantly tell me about, weight or what I eat or what I feed my children, or, do you get the drift? This is been going on for 22 years since we've been married. I'm sure it went on before that. So the reason I'm telling you this story, because it's come to a point where my wife has made a stand, and it wasn't made a stand because of I've had enough. It was because of a conversation that was had with her mother, between the two of them, and there were certain words from her mother's part that drew a line in the sand, and there were certain things said that shouldn't have been said. And I guess there's now a silence, and there is a degree of reflection, not just on what the conversation, but the whole last 30 years of the relationship. And good on my wife, well done on her, because you can't be controlled in that way without having a reaction. And I support her 100%. She has me, she has the boys, she has the security of our family home, and she has a fantastic job. But I would not allow a person to be manipulated or dominated in that way without putting up a fight, or not a fight, but saying, look, enough, we can't, we have to put up barriers, or there has to be boundaries. A person cannot keep on coming into our lives, disrupting it with a sledgehammer, and then walking away. It's just not on. I saw this with my own parents. My parents went through a process of having exactly the same issues with my grandparents, their parents. So it's something I can, I guess, reflect on, but I won't allow my wife to be treated this way, or dominated this way, or controlled. And it's a process of control. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is because now we've put these boundaries in place, and we've got these a bit of control and distance. My wife, because of how she is, she now goes through the guilt process, the feeling guilty of areas that we've not closed off, but we've put controls on. And again, it's a natural process of healing, because she had been so mistreated, and I'm not going to say abused. It's not. It is. Well, it is. It's actually a psychological abuse. What was going on, and having this now breathing space has made her realize what normal is like and what is feeling normal. And we're going to continue this. We're going to continue this feeling normal for her, because we had a hell of a year where, her husband was at the point of, stage 3 plus an aggressive cancer. All these things, what was going on in our personal lives with our health. And then she was having the barrage of somebody else who was dominating and encroaching all on her mental space, and that is just not on. I'll carry this story on and tell you a little bit more, because it's a fascinating view on how things can turn if you don't watch, your own space, what you need to survive in or function in. If you allow somebody else to come in and just with a wrecking ball, you're going to have pretty much devastation. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll see you on the next one, and bye for now.